up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are back with another video, honey. Stevie J reportedly participates in an intimate act during a live interview. This is from Showbiz Cheat Sheet. Stevie J has been a part of many jaw-dropping moments during his time on Love and Hip Hop, but the music producer turned reality star shocked many with his recent antics. During a recent interview, Stevie allows a woman to perform fellatio on him while he is participating on a Zoom call. Many believe that it is the latest in his disrespectful ways after the video of him berating his estranged wife, Faith Evans, was leaked months ago. The Bad Boy Records producer recently sat in on an interview with Leah Henry for Leah's Lemonade. Shout out to Leah Henry. Instead of sitting, Stevie took the interview while holding his phone, laying naked in bed. Violation number 1. Put a shirt on. I'm sorry. Put a shirt on, okay? Stevie took the interview while holding his phone, laying naked in bed. He laid leisurely while staying at hip hop mogul's Diddy's Star Island. Henry even makes reference to his lack of professional attire. Henry telling Stevie, why am I in bed with you right now? You're a distraction. Pick the camera up. Before Henry even began firing off questions, Stevie interrupted her by requesting oral sex from a mystery woman who was in the room and not on camera. While on camera, Stevie looks over to the mystery woman and tells her, yo, come suck me off. Henry continued on with the interview, asking about Stevie's iconic moments on reality TV. Stevie's antics didn't end there. At some point, he goes into the bathroom with Henry, joking again about him not having any clothes on. Henry mentions a large tattoo of Evans on his torso, with Henry telling Stevie the tattoo is staring into her soul. Stevie replies, I'm doing this for my wife. So I'm not only disrespecting the woman who is sucking my penis, I'm going to disrespect the black woman who's doing my interview, and I'm going to disrespect my black ass wife, even though we are estranged. And I heard him say, I'm doing this for my wife. Let me finish. After making this comment, a woman approaches Stevie and says something to him. Stevie responds, yes, I'm doing this for her also. Did I ask you for something? The divorce is still on. Stevie is requesting spousal support. So y'all be so quick and happy to jump up in these relationships and have these niggas be the head of household. And when the divorce happens, they trying to take money from y'all. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. This is so backwards to me. But to me, at the end of the day, we live in a patriarchy, and your job as a woman is to take care of the man. See, they've tricked you into believing that the man is the head of household and all of this, but the statistics show that that's not really the truth, that women are really the head of households out here. And a lot of women are performing this idea that the man is the head of household for his ego. Right? Because we live in a society that says the man is supposed to be doing all of this. But when you there's too many women who divorce these men and they're looking for spousal support. Look at Kelly Clarkson over there. Like, girl, what? I haven't even talked about what's going on over there because it pisses me off. And I'm sure she told everybody, this is the man of the house. This is the head of the household. He wears the pants and all of that, when it's really you. But what you have done is position yourself to allow him to look like that. I'm sure Tabitha Brown still calls her husband the head of household, even though he's sitting up there retired because his wife retired him. I'm sure he's still the head of household over there. I'm sure he's still being allowed to run the family and to lead the family. I'm sure of it. I'm positive that she's called that man the head of household and he's still leading his family. Simply because he has a penis, nothing else. Nothing else. But anyways, now he wants spousal support, Stevie J. Let's talk about the video first. So I felt it was highly disrespectful. I felt it was sexual harassment. I felt that if I were to be on a Zoom call with a person, an interview with anybody, and they take off their clothes and they are having sex. He had sex while he was on the interview. Not the woman giving him fellatio. He had sex on camera during an interview. And I don't feel that, first of all, Leah Henry is better than me because I would have immediately checked him. I have a different energy when it comes to dealing with men. I don't allow them space to do what they've been socialized to do. That's why they don't really like me, because all of their behavior is clocked. So you can't really fuck with me in that realm. So if he would have done that, I would have been like, how disrespectful are you right now in this moment with me? How disrespectful is it for you to disrespect this woman like this? Have sex on camera while she in an interview? You can't even give this woman that much respect, let alone the woman that's interviewing you, let alone your estranged wife. Whatever was going on, we could take Faith out of the equation because apparently Faith is sleeping with the young niggas too. But it's sexual harassment. You had sex on a Zoom call with somebody who wasn't a willing participant, with somebody who wasn't signing up for the voyeur aspect of this kink or whatever you got going on. I feel it's disrespectful to Black women, to his daughter. His daughter is old enough to see this stuff. That's what I would have. Let me tell you something, how I would have hit him so fast and played the "you have a daughter" card. But the gag is these niggas don't care because he's fully aware that he has a daughter who has access to the internet, to the point where even Leah was on Twitter and said, my dad called me, my aunt, my family is calling me about this interview. And she's like, I'm a journalist and da 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 and da da da. But no. All that professionalism, because you're not being professional. The expectation is that I should remain professional because you're being disrespectful. You are sexually harassing me right now. So guess what? I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'm not a journalist. They have a different type of training. But I would have been like, you know how disrespectful you are right now to have somebody giving you fellatio. I'm talking to you, and then this is going to be played back for everybody to see, and your daughter will have access to this. Do you realize what you're doing right now is disrespectful? You don't allow these niggas to step over boundaries like that. She should have told him, put a shirt on or the interview is over. Let me tell you something. Stevie is not that hot of commodity that you needed that interview. I'm sorry. He's just not. He's not that hot of a commodity. And like I heard somebody else say, it is because of Black media that Stevie J got a second go around at this. Because the other day I was talking about how Stevie J produced Breakdown with Mariah Carey and Bone Thugs. A lot of people didn't even know that. They don't know you from the bad. They know you from Love and Hip Hop. And it was because of Black media that put you in that spotlight. And then you're going to disrespect Black media because you would have never done that with any other media source. Never, ever, never. You wouldn't have done that. You wouldn't have done that on The View. You wouldn't have done that on MTV. You wouldn't have done that. You wouldn't have done that on Fox Soul. You wouldn't have done that if Claudia and them were interviewing you. You wouldn't have done that. You nasty dog. You disrespectful dog. And I feel like she should sue him. That is sexual harassment. Sorry. I did not ask to participate in you having sex with somebody while I interview you. She should have stopped it. Again, Stevie J is not that hot of a commodity that you needed that interview. Girl, you act like you was interviewing motherfucking, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a noteworthy man who is worthy of an interview. You act like you was interviewing Elon Musk, honey. And like, I got to get this interview, but this nigga's on camera so getting his dick sucked. I got to get this interview with Elon Musk. You talking to Stevie J. Girl, I would have hung up that, put a shirt on, or we're not going to have no interview. Because you're not allowed. And then I would have told him, you're being completely disrespectful right now. You're being completely disrespectful right now. Whoever is that in your, because it wouldn't have been you wouldn't have been able to shock me. Because I would have popped your little bubble. I would have popped your bubble and made you feel like this. And then let that get out. Let your little raggedy degenerate root chakra survival mode living ass Let you have that. Let you think that you're about to shock me. I'm going to shock your ass even more. You're going to be really shocked. You're going to sit up in the bed when I'm done talking to you, nigga. It wouldn't have been no way. She better than me. It wouldn't have been no way. No way at all. No way. Then over the weekend, I took my son to school. We were going to Saturday school, having fun, and I'm on my way home, and I sit on my bed, and I don't know what happened. I don't know how I got the news. I don't know. But then we got the news that Traci Braxton died. When I tell you, I was a mess. You would have thought my cousin died. Like, literally, you would have thought a family member died. As soon as they said Traci Braxton died, I was like, what? Wait a minute, what? I just started crying, and I kept saying, this is so sad, this is so sad. That's all I kept saying. This is so sad, this is so sad. This is from CNN. Singer Traci Braxton of Family Values dies of esophageal cancer at 50 years old. Singer Traci Braxton, who appeared on the reality series Braxton Family Values with her sisters, including Grammy winner Toni, died Saturday at 50, her family said. We have come to a time where we must inform the public that after a year of privately undergoing a series of treatment for esophageal cancer, our beloved Traci Braxton has gone on to glory. Her husband, Kevin Surratt, said in a written statement released by Braxton's spokesperson, Thomasina Perkins, Washington. She was surrounded by family and friends at the time of her passing. We ask that you keep them in your prayers. Toni Braxton posted a tribute on Instagram saying that her sister Traci was a bright, light, wonderful daughter, amazing sister, a loving mother, a wife, a grandmother, and a respected performer. We will miss her dearly. Braxton Family Values began 2011 on WeTV. Traci appeared on Marriage Boot Camp with her husband. Traci released an album in 2014, Crash and Burn, and had a hit single called Last Call. She also had a radio show and acted on stage and in movies. Traci Braxton has been in the lives of TV viewers for years and will always be a part of the We family. We said on Saturday, gone far too soon. We celebrate her life, memory, and send out heartfelt condolences to the entire Braxton family. During this difficult time, her light and spirit live on. Let me tell you something. I watched the first couple of seasons of Braxton Family Values. I couldn't get into it. It's on Wii. I just couldn't get into it. I watched it every now and again. I watched it for a while and then stopped watching it after a while. And a part of the storyline was their relationship with Traci and how the group started and how Traci went off and had a baby and they went on with the group. And so that was an area of contention. It remained. I don't know if it remained until the end, but it remained to be an area of contention that they went on to sing without Traci, and she could never get back with, in the groove with her sisters. And it was almost like she was a black sheep. And I think that is the reason why a lot of people identify with that sister particularly. I know I did. Traci was my favorite. Always, Traci was my favorite. And then her relationship with Tamar, that tumultuous relationship, and I started crying. I started thinking about Tamar and how, like, the relationship between them, how it was, and how she's probably broken up. And then I started thinking about Evelyn, and I was just like, the parents, it's just really, 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 really sad. And I lit a candle for Traci, and, I was just like, I couldn't even talk about, because I was crying for a long time. Even my son was like, are you okay? Like, yeah. And because I kept just sobbing, not like crying, but just like sobbing, like, what? Like, no, like, what? Like, no, like, and it's been a long time since somebody who is a public figure that I've cried. I think the last time Anthony Bourdain, when he died by suicide, that really affected me a lot. Like, like more than I thought. Like I didn't know the impact that Anthony Bourdain had on me, to the point where I was sobbing the way I was. That took me a couple days. I even made a video dedicated to Anthony Bourdain. Yeah, with Traci, I was just like, I kept sobbing, I kept crying. I was just like, I kept saying, this is so sad. This is so sad. I was just thinking about her whole family and her children and her husband. It's just like, and then her age. I was like, she's only 50 years old. Oh my God. And then I thought to myself, is that why she had that scratchy voice like that? Is that why? And then, maybe they just figured out, but like so many people are battling cancer and not telling anybody, not making any announcements, just privately battling it. We saw Chadwick Boseman. No one knew. And this man was filming movies. Nobody knew. Like it's just really sad all the way around. And so many people, like, I posted to the community page, so many people were saying, Traci was my favorite. Traci was my favorite. I connected with Traci the most. She was the most relatable. Traci was my favorite too. She was the most down to earth. She was the most like, I'll cuss your ass out. I don't give a fuck. Traci, shout out to Traci Braxton. So, it's so sad. That made me really sad. I was really sad about that. And then another story that was really depressing to read, and just like this Royce Reed situation, child. I really don't want to get into depth about the details, because for me, I was mad. See, I'm getting mad right now. Look, let me calm down. I don't think I could talk about the Royce Reed situation without getting extremely angry. So we're not going to talk about Royce Reed yet. Give me a few days, because I get, y'all know how I feel about kids. We'll talk about later. We will talk about that later, child, because I'm not going to be talking about, I can't do it. Give me a couple days to talk about Royce Reed until the anger subsides, and then I could probably talk about it, because even just mentioning her name and just the details of that story, maybe I can talk through it. Yeah, no. It's like, maybe I can talk through it. I don't think so, girl. Because I'm about to get mad. These are anger tears, okay? Just the whole thing pisses me off, just from end to end, just from everything. Just everything that Royce has been through with, I'll talk about it later. Okay. All right, so let's go. Woo, we'll come back to that. I can't do it. I get pissed off. Do you hear me? Oh yeah, this weekend, Kanye was going off about Kim and them, and Pete had sent him a text message. Child, was a mess. I said they really stirring shit up to get ready for this television show they got coming out. Anyways, so let's see. Coyle Ray. Is she talented, or is she just light skinned and skinny? Okay, let me shut up. You know what? I'm just going to say this. I just saw this post on the Jasmine brand from Colin Kaepernick. For the past 5 years, I've been working out and staying ready in case an opportunity to play presented itself. I'm really grateful to my trainer, who I've been throwing to all this time, but man, do I miss throwing to professional runners. Who's working? I will pull up. Colin Kaepernick, this is the caption. Colin Kaepernick continues to work and stay ready just in case an opportunity presents itself. Do you think we'll ever see him play again in the NFL? I actually thought it was strange and did not make sense to me that he was still practicing. This is a company that treated you like this. That's why I say it's slavery. And I feel a lot of these NFL players are enslaved. I do. And to me, there's nothing, and you could be doing all this social justice shit that you want to be doing, but your brain is still saying, I'm practicing just in case. What? You better be trying to go to a different type of league, because why? It never made sense to me. why in the world would you still be trying to get the attention of the company who treated you this way? What? Y'all, that never made sense to me. That has never made sense to me. I never understood why Colin Kaepernick was still training to hopefully, you can see me, boss. I'm out here practicing. I'm ready to throw this pig in somebody. Please. I never did. Am I the only one that thought it was strange that Colin Kaepernick was still trying to train just in case the NFL called? Like, what? Why are you even waiting for it? They should be blocked. You should have them blocked, girl. That was a bad relationship. That's weird. I thought it was weird. Am I the only one? I kept saying, why does he want to? Because the love of the game. There's other leagues, other football leagues that you can belong to. Like, if you really love football, you really want to play, why would you go back to the company, to the organization who treated you like literal shit on the field? They treated you, and never mind the fact that throughout your career, Colin Kaepernick, they've been talking shit about you your whole career, like the whole career, girl. And then you take a knee. He had been taking knees, honey. Been taking knees, and nobody saw him. Then they created this idea that it was politicized. And then we saw how it went. And then that whole time they're like, he's still working out, trying to get on with the NFL. What? Oh no. That's just crazy to me. That is the craziest shit to me in my life. Honey, let me skip right on over Kanye and Jocelyn. Wendy Williams spotted hanging out with DJ Booth. He previously was a DJ for Wendy Williams' show. Let's see. What else is going on? Will Smith said there's never been infidelity in his marriage to Jada. This is from an interview with CBS Mornings with Gayle King. And I said on my stories, I'm not quite sure what is this fascination with the relation with Will and Jada's marriage. I don't get it. I don't understand it. They clearly have a marriage that is unconventional and has worked for them. And it seems like everybody is confused how the marriage they designed for them is actually working when they really did it the right way. They did it the right way, and it's not working for them. That's why it's not working for you, because you actually are designing your marriage so that other people looking in can see something, right? And that something is this monogamous, closed marriage. Meanwhile, your husband is cheating on you. You probably have an emotional relationship with a nigga on Facebook in the inbox, right? But still, on the outside, it looks like you have this cookie cutter monogamous relationship. Y'all cheating on each other. You stressed out. You don't know where he is. You checking his phone. Because you've designed your relationship to mimic something that isn't suitable for you. And I think a lot of people see Jada and Will and how they designed their marriage to be suitable for them. They don't understand it. They're like, what? This is confusing. What? And then Gayle, to say that there's been infidelities. No, nobody has ever said anybody's cheated on anybody. That was an entanglement. That was a relationship that you were in that you shouldn't have been in. That's what it sounded like to me. You shouldn't have been in that relationship over there. And we talked about it, and I told you to leave that little nigga alone, and you still went over there and was fucking with him. That's what that sounded like to me. It was nothing about infidelity. And so he straightened it out when Gayle said it. So let's listen.
You both have talked very candidly. It's a very famous story, infidelity in the marriage, and how you navigated that time.
There's never been infidelity in our marriage.
Never been infidelity in the marriage?
Never. Jada and I talk about everything, and we have never surprised one another with anything ever.
What you both have talked very candidly.
We've never surprised each other with anything ever. That means we know about the relationships that we have outside. I think a lot of people want Will and Jada's relationship to look a certain way, and they can't wrap their head around how this man and this woman have been together with this unconventional relationship, with all the rumors about their relationship. Look at their kids. They got these free black kids who have grown up to be these incredible human beings. Do you hear me? So they did something right. To me, I said, when it's your fruit, honey. It's the fruit that you bear from the tree, honey. Because when I look at Will and Willow, when I look at Willow and Jaden, I see some well-rounded children who probably have some issues with their parents, as we can see on the red table talk. They still have their issues with their parents, but the way that they have approached life with this openness and this awareness, Will and Jada had a lot to do with that. Anyways, y'all, it's time for me to go. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.